You guys, oh my Lord. Okay, so look, I was just at the gym, right? And I'm like walking on the treadmill, working up to a run, and I'm listening to a nice, relaxing murder, like you do when you're at the gym. Some people like want to listen to music and get like a bop going. Not me. I need to hear a nice, relaxing murder, Dateline, 2020, Snapped, anything, whatever you got, whatever murder you got, I'm in for your murder. So I was like, oh, what is this story about poison cheesecake? Have you seen this? Have you seen this episode of 48 Hours? Honey, first of all, I would absolutely die if somebody brought me poison cheesecake because I love it. I love a cheesecake. Even though I was at the gym and on the treadmill, I was like, which one of these nice murdery episodes will I listen to? Oh, cheesecake while I run? Yes, that's the one I want. So look, Viktoria Nasyrova, this Russian lady. This story is so crazy, but it has everything. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Now, Victoria is the first and the last name. It's a lot of Russian names in this. And you know I'm bad with names. So I'm going to give everybody like a little nickname and you'll be able to follow along. So Vicky, she's the killer. So our story starts with Vicky showing up at giving this girl a call like, boop, 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 boop. Hey, girl, I need some emergency eyelashes. Under what circumstances do you need emergency eyelashes? So the eyelash lady was like, yeah, girl, I got the day off. Today is not a good day. But Vicky was like, please, you don't understand. I really, it's a very bad emergency. And I need eyelash extensions and I need them right now. So the eyelash lady was like, this chick, Vicky, keeps calling me. She's a pain in the neck. She wants to be BFFs. She wants to hang out with me all the time. I don't want to hang out with her, but I'm going to sure take her money. And if she needs some emergency eyelash extensions, I'm going to have her just come to my apartment. I'm going to plop these eyelashes on her eyes, and then we're going to be good. I'm going to get on with my day, collect my little change, and then I could be done, right? So she's like, okay, here's my address. Come on over. This takes place in Brooklyn, New York, down in Brighton Beach, where all the Russians live. I used to date a Russian guy who lived in Brighton Beach. Very nice people. The food is good down there, too. Anyway, so Vicky comes on over, and she's just like, thank you so much. My eyelashes are now perfect. You want some cheesecake? And the eyelash lady was like, nah, I'm busy. I got things to do. It's 3 pieces of cheesecake, right? But they're small pieces of cheesecake. So Vicky right away pops 2 pieces of cheesecake in my, it's the best cheesecake in the world. You've never had cheesecake like this. You got to have some. So the eyelash lady is like, fine. So she takes a piece of cheesecake. She's like, oh, this is quite good. And almost immediately gets sick, starts throwing up, passes out. Next time she wakes up, she's in the hospital. And so she's like, what day is it? Where am I? What happened? They were like, we ran all these tests on you. There's no poison in your system. We don't know what happened. So she calls the police and she was like, listen, I just got back to my house and it looks like the place has been ransacked. I don't know what's going on. I was just in the hospital. I was in a coma for 35 minutes. 35 minutes? I was like, does she mean 35 days? Nope. She was in a coma for 35 minutes. How do you get in a coma for how you go in so fast and how do you come out so fast? I have questions, but there's more to this story. So the police are like, okay, crazy lady, somebody needed emergency eyelashes and then fed you poison cheesecake. We're going to need you to maybe go visit the nervous hospital and get your pills and your situation together. But she was like, I promise, here, take this cheesecake box and then there's crumbs in here so you can probably test them for poison, but you hang on to that. Okay. And so the eyelash lady starts talking to her neighbors and her neighbor was like, oh, yeah, I saw a woman who looks exactly like you going in and out of here for the last couple of days. The reason that the eyelash lady didn't want to be friends with old Vicky was because her and Vicky looked a lot alike, like a lot alike. How you got a doppelganger who is stalking you, who then poisons you with poison cheesecake? Okay, whatever. So they were like, oh, yeah. We kept seeing this strange lady go in and out of your apartment that we knew wasn't you, but kind of looks like you. And so I came over here to check and I found you laying in your bed with pills scattered all around and you were in skimpy lingerie and the heat was turned up real high. The eyelash lady was like, wait, what? So they were like, oh, yeah. So the police were like, okay, crazy. Did you make your appointment at the nervous hospital? Because we're going to need you to go to the nervous hospital. And they took up cheesecake box, tested it. No poisons found. Fine. So cut to like a year later, this other dude was like, yeah, I met this Russian lady on a Russian dating site. And she said, oh, I love to cook. You should come to my house. And so I went to her house. And she made me a nice fish dish. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get a little and some fish. Okay. two kinds of fish, whatever. So he's like, I take one bite of the fish and I fall out and I'm in the hospital for 3 days. And the cops are like, wait a minute. This happened with some cheesecake like last year. So they start doing investigations. And they're like, okay, we think Nadia, whatever Skova, might be out here poisoning people. Is she a Russian spy? Is she just evil? Does she know Boris and Natasha? What is going on? So they do this investigation and they hunt down this lady. They're like, where's she from? What's going on? This Russian lady, Vicky, oh, she been up to things. So they find several of her victims. First, she had a friend in Russia who, like, she made friends with this little old lady in Russia. And the little old lady she met in Russia, oh, she became very best friends with her. And then she poisoned her and killed her and stole $40,000 that the lady had hidden in her closet. It was her life savings. Do they not have banks in Russia? Okay, Russia's not a third world country, but maybe they don't trust the banking system. I don't understand. And where do you keep $40,000? And in what form is it in? Is it dollar bills? Is it gold bars? I have so many questions about the $40,000. And how do you not just like, I want to get that extra large pizza. Let me just dip into my $40,000. I would spend that money. Maybe I'm not as good with money as I think. But anyway, so she killed the woman, took her $40,000 and a couple fur coats and something else. And I'm like, she's a poor immigrant, but she got $40,000 and a couple fur coats. Okay, whatever. So, they track down this dead body in Russia. Okay, she killed this other woman's mama. That's very sad. Dead mama lady turns out now lives in Brooklyn. So she goes back to Brooklyn and she's very sad. But she's conducted her own investigation because she's like, this woman killed my mom and I don't know what's going on. So we gonna get to the bottom of things. So now they're on the trail of this lady Viktoria because the cops were like, wait, the poison fish guy and the poison cheesecake lady, we might have somebody who's up to no good. So they track her down, and then there's some other guy that she also poisoned. Now, here's the thing. She was dating this guy. She met him on like a dominatrix site. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was okay, whatever, fine. Do you? So he's like, yeah, I met her on a dominatrix site and things were going really, really good. We were having this nice relationship. And you know what she did? She was jealous of everybody in my life. And so, his friends were like, oh, you should get rid of her because she kind of jealous. This chick was so jealous. Vicky, she was so jealous. She even poisoned this man's dog on the dog's birthday. Don't you? How do you? Listen, you know I'm an animal lover. I love my dogs. If somebody stepped on my dog's foot, I think they should be put in jail. She poisoned this dog on his birthday and he was a beagle? And you know, the neighbor lady down there in Brooklyn was like, we're talking about Victoria, was like, the bitch poisoned the dog on the dog's birthday. I was like, oh, the crusty old Brooklyn neighbor lady, even she's upset. Finally, they tracked her down. I don't remember how, but they tracked her down. And they were like, would you like to give an interview for 48 hours? And she was like, I don't know. I have not murdered anyone. I'm just living my life. I'm a nice lady. Turns out her visa in the United States was about to run out. And that's when she met the Russian eyelash lady. And she was like, oh, that lady looks like me. I'm going to kill her and steal her identity. And then I'm just going to go around being her. And then they're not going to know I'm wanted for murder in Russia where I killed that old lady, took her $40,000. And so the cops are like, nah. So she didn't kill the eyelash lady. She didn't kill the boyfriend. She did get locked up. While she was in jail, she made one critical mistake. I mean, poisoning people, including with food, is always a mistake. But she was like, I'm going to give an interview to 48 hours. So she gives her little interview and she was like, they said, well, did you poison the eyelash lady? And she was like, I know the woman that you're speaking of. And she ate that cake on her own. It didn't have anything to do with me. She ate that cake on her own. Turns out that this woman was using this Russian poison that they use to like put people to sleep or whatever, but it could also make you die. So I'm thinking it's like the Russian propofol. You know that stuff Michael Jackson died with? We're going to call it Russian propofol. So this chick was out here just spreading out Russian propofol all over the place, giving it to everybody and stealing their stuff. Then she goes on trial for murder here in Brooklyn. She was at Rikers Island. Listen, Rikers Island is not to be messed with. I'm scared to drive past Rikers Island. I've lived in New York for 30 years and I can point out Rikers Island on a map. Do I go there? Absolutely not. Because you don't visit people in jail. That's not, But I heard they bake bread up there. I wonder if the bread is good. I know tons of people who work up there because it's like an entire city up there, Rikers Island. It's huge. Anyway, I don't go to it, but I know where it is on the map. Used to live not that far from the entrance to the island. Not going near there. Anyway, it's also near LaGuardia Airport. So anytime you go to the airport, like, you right there by it. Anyway, you don't need to know, like, New York City geography. So, this chick is up at Rikers. She gets beat up. She's like, listen, I'm gonna need y'all to get me out of jail. Let's go to trial. Chop, chop. Come on. So she ended up, because COVID slowed things down, she ended up being in jail for 6 years awaiting trial. So finally her trial comes up, and she knew all about her right to remain silent. She's like, I'm gonna sit here and tick a lock. I'm gonna be real quiet. I'm not gonna say nothing, please and thank you. And so they questioned everybody. They put up all the witnesses or whatever. And you know what they played at the trial? Her 48 hours interview, where the reporter says to her in English, did you give the lady poison cheesecake? And she said, I know who you're talking about. And she ate that cheesecake on her own. Now, she did not say, I did not poison her. I would never poison nobody. She didn't clutch her pearls. She didn't look guilty or sad. So that heifer got convicted. And I think she's doing life, but I don't remember. But she says she's rather be in prison here in the United States than over in Russia, where she killed that other lady's mama. So to keep track, she put somebody in a coma for 35 minutes. I still don't know how they calculated that. And was the woman just unconscious? Listen, you know I am not a medical professional. So she put somebody in a coma for 35 minutes. She killed somebody's dog on the dog's birthday. I think she should get extra time for the birthday, because that is insult to injury. You trying to be happy and celebrate Fluffy's birthday, and you get him like a pup cup from Starbucks or whatever you do for your dog's birthday. I bake my dogs a homemade cake, but that's just me. I also make them homemade dog food. That's another story for another day. Does the dog get a candle? Anyway, my dogs get a candle, but then we just blow it out. It's all fine. So she poisoned the dog on his birthday. She killed the lady in Russia. She poisoned the eyelash lady, and now she's going to prison. The good news for her, though, is that, like, after you get sentenced, you don't stay at Rikers. You go upstate someplace. Where upstate? I don't know. I think there's like Ossining and Clinton and Green. Why do I know the names of so many prisons? Okay. And those just sprung right to my mind. Maybe I know them from true crime. Anyway. It's a busy day around here. I got a lot of things to do. But I was on the treadmill and I was like, wait, do my true crime friends know about the emergency eyelashes and the poison cheesecake and the dog's birthday? That bitch poisoned him on his birthday. Wrong. She's just all kinds of wrong. Okay, I do have to clean my carpets today. I got things to get done. I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.